Neo, I've been expecting you. Welcome to the Michael ALPOUGH Life, Love, and Laughter show. Do you want to know what the Matrix is? It's invisible, and it's all around you. Listen to Michael as he explains the Matrix. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Morpheus, for that great introduction. What a weird day, but what a great day. I want to welcome everybody in. Welcome everyone who's going to be coming in later. I've been getting 40, 50 views, was really good. Appreciate it. We just started. This is the 42nd show of the Life, Love, and Laughter show. And I'm really excited to be here. It's so funny because I've always been a Matrix guy, you know. The first one, okay. The other ones were basically about making money and putting it on another agenda. But again, where does it begin? It begins in your television and your cell phone, in the ads that are all around you, in the commercials that are just made purposely just for that program. More than likely, the pharmaceutical or the ones who support and pay for the show. What are we? Cells, batteries, slaves. At least that's what I was called today. How many other times? What are you? Am I human? Am I a spirit? Am I a Christian? Am I a Muslim? Am I a red pillar or am I a blue pill? What is the definition of what all that means? How do you, and what do you do to understand it? I want to explain it to you somewhat. Some of you, this is going to make you think different. Certainly, you could probably think different than me. But again, here's what I'm asking you to do is to slow down, to speed up. Again, if you're speeding all the time, do you see your surroundings? Now, you remember when you're young, or some of you are still young. You might be in your 20s. You might even be in your 30s or your 40s, but usually those are the decades where you're moving so fast that you fail to look around you. Now, the Matrix. We've all heard that word, the Matrix. You've even heard it in cameras, the way they have the Matrix effect. Now, if you look and think about that, the camera, when you see the Matrix effect, okay? And so this is an example of how I live my life. You can see it goes all the way around. It gives you every angle to see so that you can clearly see and understand what's in front of you. Now, also in your 20s, most of the time, that's where you get all your speeding tickets. Okay? Because what takes you a drive that takes probably most likely 45 minutes, you're going to do it in 30 minutes. And this is how, hey, I'm not kidding. I lived in Los Angeles. And so you're always in a hurry. And then on the next thing you know, you get on a freeway and you're hurrying up and slowing down. Because now that extra time that you needed, you don't have. Because you expect the freeway to be moving, but now there's an accident on there. You know, You can see now, where I live, the one thing bad that's always a deal is the highway that's coming in to where I live and the one that's going out. So it's like 20 miles from the 10 freeway. And then you see everyone, the ones who it's a warning in the city that you better ride on the right lane. Do not ride in the fast lane, because that's where all the accidents always happen. And it's because people are in a hurry. And we have very little crime, but we have high accidents on this highway because people can't drive the speed limit. So you just never know. You know, when you're coming up, here you are, you're trying to pass. There's an old guy like me who I like to ride over the speed limit, but also I'm not going to be crazy. All right. Now I'm totally different now. I want to get there early. Okay. Yeah. Age has a way of doing that to make you be on time and not, you be early instead of late. Yeah. That's one of the things you don't want to be notorious as, being late. All right. So now we keep down here to slow down, to speed up. When you slow down, what usually happens? You can see more. You can see more. You can see, you take a look at your surroundings. This is one of the things that I had to learn. Everywhere that I go, I'm putting out what the feeling of this place is. Okay. Even it's going into Walmart. Oh gosh, it's packed. Well, I'm going to be here a little longer, or I can leave and come back, or deal with the situation. Either way, I made that decision and I don't get stuck. So for all of us, you've been hearing this word, the Great Reset. We have the Great Reset coming, ladies and gentlemen. The Great Reset. Right. You mean like what? I'm turning off my computer and restarting it? What? I'm turning off my cell phone and I'm restarting it? No, the reset's in your mind, ladies and gentlemen. Reset's coming in your mind. It's already here. And if you took the red pill or the blue pill, believe me, they're the same pill. You just have to dig, because the matrix is invisible. It's invisible. How do you know about the rest of the world if you don't go there? Okay. Well, it's in the invisible. It's on the internet. Now, do we live in the land of the visible or the invisible? Take your time. Do we live in the visible or the invisible? Guess what? We live in the invisible. You live invisible. Okay, you may say this is all, because this is all you can see. And the only other thing that you can see is what is given to you on your television, on your cell phone, on your laptop. It's presented to you. Now, all of you who are spiritual beings, if you actually are, then that must mean that you have an observation of thinking that there is an afterlife. So most of us have bought our insurance policy on how to get there. But, excuse me, this is the thought. If they're invisible, we can't see them, but they can see us. Okay, get it? You get it? They can see us. Do you get it? We can only see them when they decide. Do you get it? We live in the invisible. And because of that, CPTSD, complex, our bodies are complex. And they're creating this red pill, blue pill environment. And we're in the middle of it. Okay. We're trying to deal with it by creating these versions of confrontation with, oh gosh, I just remembered something. So to add to my point. So again, so here we are, California. I still consider myself an LA guy. All right. So I'm still connected to California, even though I would never live there again. So Caitlyn Jenner is running for the governor of California, the one that they're getting ready to get rid of Gavin Newsom. And she's running on Republican. So she's a Republican. And she has 3 million followers, which is a lot more than Arnie had back in the day. So now I'm going to say she's going to win it. I'm just saying there's other people running. But again, you know, anything's possible. Anything's possible here. And so, again, it's like you can see coming together, and who's in between all of it? Us. Now, you know, the rules coming here. We have to get, that's soon. We'll be coming to every state where you will have to find a place for all the homeless. Okay. And I believe it's by the end of August in California. So, but don't quote me on that. I know that it's 30 to 120 days or somewhere in that range. All right. But it's coming and there is a date. And they will have to figure out which there is not enough homes. And so where would they go? Well, I'm sure they have these camps that are already built out there, way out there in the Tules. Okay. Open your mind, go do some homework. If you're leaning one side or the other, it's better to understand the other team. When you play in any game, you want to know what the opponent is doing. You need to understand that knowing both sides is intelligence. Because now this is not about, oh gosh, man, we're all in it together. This is agendas. So we're the ones who have to decide within our minds. So this is why here, slow down, think your thoughts out. Go look at both sides. You're going to see. If you look at both sides, you're going to see they're similar and the same. Okay? You know, we could go and just watch one show and I can show you the difference on how they're the same. Okay? Now, yeah, you could be leaning more one way or the other. Okay? One that says they have lots of values. The other one says we want to reinvent the values. I'm calling on the baby boomers. Guys, you know, it isn't just about sitting back on your retirement. Okay. We're really going to have to make a difference in this. This is America, ladies and gentlemen. I love my country. I am from the hood. And so I'm very much aware of the black on black crime that goes on in the hood. And you got to have grown up to really know. If you didn't grow up in it, then you wouldn't know. So the people who never grew up in it and had a nice home and had a nice neighborhood, well, I'm glad for you. I am. All right. I mean, I took the opportunity and I left, but I'm going to just say this. This is the number one reason. The number one reason. And there's a gap between the second reason. But this is the reason why people kill each other in the hood. That person disrespected me. I misspelled it. No, I missed the S. Oh, geez. You see, I'm the guy who has to do everything. But again, it's who I am. And it doesn't matter. So the person disrespected me. When you get out and you go back and look, you go back and you see, okay? And if you go into the neighborhoods and you ask them, okay, why are there so many shootings in the area? Well, it's by disrespect, man. See, respect is everything in the hood. Respect is everything. So if you're in the hood, okay, if you're in the hood and you are walking down the street or whatever, okay, so you meet somebody in the hood, one way you say to someone, you don't say hello. You say respect. Respect, man. You say respect. That's the first word. You want to get through the hood, you better come around saying respect. Because people understand that word, and it is also number one in prison. Respect. Aretha wrote a good song about that. So now, why is that such a big deal? Well, because for the most part, self-respect has been taken away in the hood. There's no, the actual dollar that's made in the hood, every dollar is out of the hood in 6 minutes, basically, because there are no stores. There's no local. There used to be local. Everything was local in the neighborhood. You had a little grocery store down the street, you had the liquor store, the guy, Taylor, was a Taylor there, you had all these different things, a home burger joint, you had all this stuff, and the money stayed in that neighborhood back in the day. It doesn't anymore because disrespecting has driven out the local businesses. And the only one who goes in are the corporations. And so none of that money stays in the hood. So no matter how much money you put in to a neighborhood, if it's just to give somebody a house, and even better roads, if it's the hood and this is kind of violence is going on, and you decriminalize you take away the police out of the neighborhood, those are the only ones that's going to happen. The ones who are getting disrespected are the ones who are going to be running it, and then the innocents will be. And so again, that's the matrix. That's the matrix. It's the invisible thing that nobody's talking about. It's only about white cops killing a black person. Doesn't matter the circumstances. The only thing that matters is the matrix has us, and the matrix is dividing. And that's the last thing we need to be right now, is divided. Divide and conquer. Hey, you know what? I already got those guys. The neighbors are already yelling at each other, and they hate each other already because they saw something on TV and it told them they're supposed to not like each other because one was white and one was black. And that person has to be racist. And then that black guy, he's not respected. That's not true. Respect due is within. Respect due is within. Respect, you do it. But if you don't have it, then what little you do, anybody tries and takes that away, could be over $1. So where is this leaving us? Are we in the dark? Are you afraid of the dark? What is the dark? Well, maybe it's when the lights go out. Maybe it's when the sun comes down. But maybe it's in your mind. My mom, as she was developing her memory loss and under not being in proper surroundings that she was taken out of, my mom was at one of these hotels, and she called me at 3 a.m. This is numerous times. And she says, there's a bug on the ceiling that's glowing. And I said, Mom, that's the smoke detector. She says, no, it is a bug. And I'm afraid. So I knew. I said, Mommy, okay, Mom, stand up and walk 6 feet and turn the light on. No, you might come get me. I said, I'm on my way, Mom. I'm on my way. Okay, I'll be there in a minute. All right? Yeah. Drove straight there, walked in, turned on the light. Made her comfortable. Then it happened again. And again. And I knew she was frozen. Don't freeze your mind. Turn the light on. I'll get you out of the dark and we'll get you straight. I'll be back later. What is it? 2:15 today. I'll be on sometime this evening. I want to say 6:15. I may do later because I really like talking to people that are up late. So I may go all the way till 8 o'clock. I'm not sure, but I will announce it. I want to thank you for listening, and people are coming in now. They'll be watching later. I want you to know that I'm thinking about you too, even though you come on later. This is live. I'm doing it all myself. I was called here, and that's why I'm here, to free your mind, Neo. When your mind is troubled, fill it with love, fill it with love, fill it with love. I'll see you later.